Hey Nutmegs! Welcome back to another video. For those of you new here, welcome. My name is Jody B. I'm a registered dietitian and nutritionist. And first of all, I just wanted to say thank you. We hit 100 subscribers, and that is a huge deal, especially for me. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed, everybody who keeps coming back, sharing my videos. Thank you. In today's video, it's Meatless Monday, so we're gonna go ahead and make some island style veggie burgers. If that sounds good to you, then let's go. So the base of this burger are beans. I'm using white beans and black beans. I'm going to put this in the oven for 15 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. These are just beans from a can. Make sure you get an unsalted or low sodium beans and you wash them really well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our aromatics. So I just went ahead and added some onions in. I'm just getting everything out. And then we're just going to saute this for about a minute or so until it's translucent. There we go. I'm adding here some red bell pepper. You can add green, yellow, whatever you have. I'm also adding some carrots. Now, you want to cut the carrots a little smaller than I cut it because it's going to take a little longer to cook. So you want to make sure everything is nice and diced and even so it cooks evenly. And then I just added in some garlic. So now we're just going to saute this for about 10 minutes. Make sure it's nice and soft. This is going to give this burger amazing flavor. I'm just adding in some water here to help it to steam a little bit to soften those carrots. If you're not cooking with carrots, you don't need to put the water. So this is about 10 minutes later. Everything is nice and soft. Now, once this cooks, we're gonna transfer it to a bowl and then we're gonna allow it to cool a little bit before we add our beans. Our beans are already out. Remember, our beans are only 15 minutes, so that is out and it's cooling. And then we're going to come in and combine everything together. I'm gonna show you how we put this all together to make this a really bomb veggie burger. So these are beans out of the oven, and as I said before, I'm using white beans and black beans, and putting in the oven just allows it to dry out a little bit so it's not so wet, and it's going to give us a really nice texture to our veggie burgers. So I'm transferring all of these beans into the bowl with the seasonings that we cooked earlier, and then we're going to add the other ingredients to get it all together. So here I have a potato masher. You can use a fork. All we're doing here is we're just mashing the beans and the seasonings a little bit, just to smush it and make it come together. I'm not smushing all of it. I don't want it all to be like a paste, but I do want some of it to be a little softer than the rest so that this forms really nicely when we put it in the pan. Okay, so we're using 2 eggs to make it bind together. If you are vegan, you can use a flax egg, which is just flaxseed and water that makes a paste and binds things together. Then we're going to season. Got some garlic powder, some cayenne pepper for a little heat, some paprika, some allspice, black pepper, some ground thyme, ground ginger, and a little brown sugar to simmer down that heat a little bit. Then we're going to add in some salt and some ketchup. Do not leave out the ketchup. The ketchup is going to give it a little moisture, a little acidity. You need this to balance everything out. The last thing I'm going to add in here is some panko breadcrumbs. This is going to pull everything together and make it not crumble apart when we go ahead and try to cook this. So make sure you're putting in the panko breadcrumbs, and you don't want to overmix it. So when I say island style anything, I want you to think flavor, because this is what this veggie burger gives. It gives so much flavor, all those herbs and spices and seasonings that we put in. So tasty. So here are my veggie burgers. I got 5 big ones out of the batch that I made, and now we're gonna go ahead and just fry them up in a pan. You can bake these, but I prefer them just cooked on the stovetop. It gives it a nice crisp texture and it just adds flavor. Baking it, I don't think is going to give it the same oomph that putting it on the stovetop does. So we're gonna cook this about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. The only thing that we're really cooking here is obviously the eggs, the beans, everything is already cooked. So it doesn't need that much time. So we're gonna go ahead and flip these, and you're gonna see how nice and golden brown they are on the other side. And notice these are not crumbling or falling apart when I flip them over. And that's really because of the eggs and because of the panko breadcrumbs that really binded this whole mixture together. I promise you, when you put this all together, you will not remember that you are not eating a real burger. It is so juicy, it's so tasty, so flavorful. So here we're all done, 4 to 5 minutes on each side, and here I'm just taking them off and putting them on a plate. Look how golden brown and pretty these look. They're staying together, they're not falling apart, beans aren't falling out, and that's really what we're looking for. These turned out perfectly. So here I'm just finishing off the last burger. I decided that I wanted some cheese on mine, so I'm going to go ahead and put some provolone cheese. You can put whatever cheese you like. You can put a vegan cheese or no cheese at all. This is how I like my burgers. So mind your business. Eat it like how you like. I'm going to eat it how I like. So provolone cheese, and I'm just putting a little water in just to get the steam so it can melt a little faster. All right, let's plate it up. So I just have hamburger bun here. I'm going to put a little mayonnaise on my bun. You don't have to do this. If you want to put mustard or ketchup or whatever you like, this is what I like. So I just put some mayonnaise on the bread, and then we're going to top it with some lettuce. This is just some romaine lettuce. I like lettuce on my burgers. I like a little crunch. And then I'm going to follow that with some tomatoes. These are just some salad tomatoes. I'm putting 2 slices on. And then we're going to top it with the burger and the provolone cheese top. Look how nicely that melted. It looks so good. So I'm just putting that on top. I'm trying to make it look pretty at the same time. So that's why I'm moving it around. And then I'm adding on top some caramelized onions. If you do not like onions, then avert your eyes and pretend this is not happening. However, I really recommend that you try caramelized onions on your burger or on a sandwich. Caramelized onions are so sweet and they're so good. So if you haven't tried it yet, please give it a try. Have an open mind. Here I'm adding some pickles on top of that. If you don't like pickles, then leave it off. This is absolutely what I like and how I like to build my burgers. But you customize this to the way that you like to build yours and the way that you think it tastes good. So I'm just putting the burger bun on top because this is what my burger is looking like. This is so good. I cannot wait for you to try this recipe. This is so juicy. You do not remember that you're not eating meat here. The burger itself is so flavorful. Tell me that don't look good. Look on that. Listen, when I tell you those burgers were good, they were good. They were really, really good. Flavorful, tasty, they weren't falling apart. Just, those are the best veggie burgers I've had ever. Period. The best veggie burgers ever. So I really, really hope you try this recipe. If you know somebody who's meatless, who is vegetarian, who likes vegetarian foods, and please share this recipe with them. Don't forget to like this video, to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.